Hi, Jinji Kambao from newsbites.ph. I'm Jinji Kambao from newsbites.ph. For Sir Lloyd, sir, how does the multi-eSIM support the Smart's broader vision for their customers?
When we go back to the DNA of Smart, Smart's all about democratizing connectivity, connectivity for all. Right? So a lot of the capabilities of eSIM technology is actually not new. It's actually been there since 2016, I think. But it's only available to the higher end devices. So eSIM actually means embedded SIM. So the phones actually need to have space so that you can get the mobile number embedded into the SIM over the air. Right now, that is only available in high-end devices. So there's a limitation. So not everyone can enjoy the benefits of eSIMs. So ano yung what are the general use cases, right? Mga Filipinos who travel abroad, right? It's actually nice to have an eSIM capability because when I travel, I just get the eSIM and I get the local rates when I'm abroad. That's not available to the regular Filipino because more often he's using a mid to low end smartphone. This one now enables it opens up the possibilities of eSIMs to every Filipino out there.
So to bookend that, it actually, like I said, it actually to put essence to the phrase that we're democratizing access, because those at the bottom of the pyramid don't have these kind of devices. They don't have access to a lot of value-added services that phone companies like us offer. Pero if you have this, kahit na low-end ka, makakapasok ka. More especially now, in the case of Smart, we're putting very many compelling content that we would like them to see only on their mobile devices. Okay? Kasi karamihan sa ating mga kababayan, walang big screen, right? Manunood na lang sa streaming kung may connectivity sila, no? Pero ang point ko lang is that our partners can do their streaming business, but this one we're offering it, for example, to our 60 million Filipino smart subscribers who would like to probably watch it again, who would probably like to watch exclusive content na wala doon. So therefore, with this technology, we put the empowerment of content, the democratization of content, right here.
Sir Boy, Sherwin from TechKuya. How does this partnership strengthen Smart's position?
Would you like to draw your own conclusion? Sino nag-innovate? 2 weeks ago, meron na kaming unang innovation. Barely 2 weeks, the ink hasn't even dried up. We give you here again. We'll give you another one next month. And the month thereafter. Do I need to answer that? Thank you. We have maybe Jingdai can answer that.
Thank you, Sir ARM. Of course, our partners have joined us in front from Signal, VMX, Watch, and iWant. Dewey?
Hello, Dewey Gison from Unbox PH. Two questions regarding the multi-SIM. First one, I mentioned that it can support up to 5 different profiles. So does this mean that it will support other networks? And the second question is, say you're a smart subscriber, gusto mo mag-eSIM. Is it possible na ilipat yung number na from a physical SIM to the multi-eSIM?
Let me try to understand your question. Kung gusto mo, with this innovation of Smart, gusto mo na ibahagi namin sa kay Tito at kay Glo? Ganun ba yan?
Like for example, if you're traveling, you want to carry multiple travel eSIMs.
Okay. I'd let Lloyd answer that.
The second part of the question.
For example, yung sa second part is, if you're like a Smart or TNT subscriber, tapos you avail of the multi-eSIM, is it possible to port your number to the multi-eSIM?
For the first question, yes, that's the capability that we are now opening up, right? The fact that you can actually enable a SIM to handle different SIMs and therefore use when you're traveling abroad, in particular, is your main use case, right? So you can actually use the networks when you're abroad. So that's the first main use case that we're seeing now. Because Filipinos would like to travel, right? And when they travel, like you said, you traveled last week.
Yeah.
Diba? Yun ang nagiging ano eh, parang it's an aspiration especially for the young. And we're enabling that so it's more convenient. The second, and right now, the capability is not yet available for porting for now, but that should be available soon because of MNP. So we're just fixing certain technical, but that will be available soon.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Before everything, congratulations on your successful announcement. I am Neil from GizGuide.com, and my question is also regarding the eSIM adapter. Can you share a little bit about the journey of how you thought of this, the first concept, and then how you were able to, how it actually works? When you plug it in, how does it?
Maybe instead of a journey, because if you ask us a journey and you ask us how was the journey, of course with all great difficulty. But let me just show you the outcome. The outcome is better because we'll show you the benefit. Lloyd will answer that.
Thank you very much.
So, essentially because we know from personal experience. So typically, parents would have a high-end device, right? Your kids, when you're traveling, may phone din yan. But generally, they're using a lower-end device. So naging use case is, how do I now get the benefits I enjoy as an end user with an eSIM? Because normally when you travel, there's actually some fear, right? That your kids might get lost. So those are the parang first use cases, and then a partner of ours showed us the capability, and we said, "Oh, this is interesting. This actually solves the need that we personally saw." So that's kind of the simple journey, and then we started looking at other use cases. So when we asked people, "Oh, what can you do with this?" Ang daming lumalabas na mga use cases that you've seen in the video earlier. And credit that to the team. Sino ba dito? Pilut, Tonet, Nikki, and Sam. Sila nagbuo ng mga use cases na nakikita namin. So yun yung journey, and that's how we. Now, the journey kasi is basically the how you get there, right? But the key there is we kind of saw what are the benefits.
Okay.
And then we saw this as a solution to enable those benefits.
Okay. Thank you. My next question is about Watch app. You mentioned earlier that one of the things, the advantage that you were going to innovate was aside from the pricing of the service itself, you're also going to address the pain point of being the expensive data for the masses. Can you elaborate more on how you're going to do this?
Okay. Let's take, for example, Netflix. They charge you the first year 149 pesos. The typical usage of someone who has Netflix will possibly average about 25 gigabyte a month, right? And if you're paying MSRP for that, that's going to cost multiple times more than Netflix. We look at Netflix, we kind of think it's worth it, but then the data needs are not there. And if you look at the landscape, only about 2/3 of Filipinos, only about 1/3 of Filipinos households have fiber. The rest have to work with 4G, 5G, and for the rest who have money, they can go Starlink. So you've got 2/3 who simply don't have fiber and have to contend with the gargantuan fees for data. What did we do? We said, it's a small Android phone. Typically, when you're watching something, if it's 360p, 480p, it could be possibly hard to tell a difference, especially even with an Android phone or an Android phone that's just about 6-inch screen. So what we did was, we did very aggressive and imaginative re-encoding of the content. So, what we said earlier, 5 pesos will give you at least 90 minutes of view time. And I don't think you can find that anywhere. When I say at least 90 minutes, but we're targeting 2 hours. 5 piso, watch something. Watch a movie, watch TV, watch your favorite vlogs. Incidentally, if you look at the stats, 50% of people, Filipinos, are the largest consumer of vlogs as a country. 50% of Filipinos watch vlogs compared to other countries who only watch about 25% of them would do it. So it is about being aggressive in terms of re-encoding, imaginative so that they don't lose the fidelity, etc. So it's a whole lot of work right there on the back end. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much.
Hi, JB from Philippine Star. Going back to Neil's question, maybe can you walk us through the process? So you're accessing Watch App through the website, and then you don't have to subscribe to any other service. Can you just clarify how it works?
Okay. Well, to begin with, if we're addressing the bottom of the pyramid, and I think we're primarily focusing on the bottom of the pyramid. If you look at the bottom of the pyramid of the Philippines, right? And we run multiple Wi-Fi sites. Very few of them actually have subscriptions that we know of. Amazon Prime, Netflix, all of those. So, second, I think Mr. Arm said it, people hate loading apps. They don't, right? So, the typical Android phone has room for 5 apps. Or that's how people think. And definitely you already have there, number 1, Facebook, in this order. Number 2, TikTok. Number 3, 4, believe it or not, it's YouTube, Shopee Live. And then 4th is a payment gateway, or a digital wallet. So in our case, no app. We just go to the site, and we have streamlined it using an app. And soon we're meaning to say web app, not a downloadable app, right? And when the other assets of Smart launches, we would like to be part of those by being a mini app. So no download, just go there, sign up is as easy as putting your number, OTP, and you're in. That's it.
All right. Got it.
How do we get content?
Yeah. How do
we get content?
Yeah.
We have a very low overhead, and we are extremely generous with our content partners. So we're trying to get them on scale. And certainly, I'll tell you this: the money that they can earn from a per view perspective, it's about, I'm not going to give you numbers, but I will tell you multiples of what you will get per YouTube view, per TikTok view, per Facebook view. Again, we're focused on this type of content, not the Netflix, not the Amazon Prime type of things.
More vlog type.
Vlogs and people who create shows for YouTube, they do that.
He's shy. It's not just vlogs. He'll surprise you.
All right.
We have a lot of shy people around here.
Room for one more question. Ron?
Yes, good afternoon. Ron from Ronald, the DJ. So I just want to ask Sir Lloyd, I want to go back to the multi-SIM. It mentioned in the presentation earlier that it is compatible for Android 9 OS and above. But how is the multi-SIM answers the compatibility of, because there are a number of phone manufacturers that has custom OS.
Yeah. So to be official, it works on Android, official Android. Now the issues, I think there are like known clone Android, right? Jerome, they're clone Androids, which we mentioned yung mga Chinese vendors. They have a variation of Android. So yun, to be truthful, are not certified to work. But the Android OS official, it should work.
Well, they should, those clones, they should get past NTC. Are they allowed to even sell them if they pass through NTC?
No, sir.
Is there regulation?
They're operating systems, sir, not network. Their device, Jerome, you might are the biggest geek actually in the group. Yeah. Very technical question na tayo. Jerome? That's good, right?
I mean, sir, to clarify, because there are different, each phone brand has a custom OS for that particular Android. So how does it address, answer the compatibility?
As long as they use the official Android OS 9 and above, it should work. Yeah, so answer your question, it should work as long as each one, like Samsung has a customized version, right? Because they have their own UI. But it's still using Android. You have Oppo and the rest who also have customized. If you're saying it's the modified version of Android, that might not work because it's not official. You have the Android open source and the Android official. So the Android official, it will work. If it's the Android open source, it won't. As long as it's the official Android 9 and up.
Dewey, were you gonna ask a question? Sige, one last follow-up question.
Follow-up question lang yun sa tanong ni Ron. Since you mentioned original Android, how about sa case ng mga Huawei phones? Kasi they're technically not Android.
We have tested them actually and they work on the Huawei phones.
Alright, so that wraps up our question and answer portion. Palakpakan po tayo. To our smart leadership and partners, may we invite you for a photo op here up front.